Welcome back. Well, we've got your back this morning. If you're waking up, maybe your eyes are watering, maybe you're sneezing and sniffling, well, you probably have allergies like a lot of us. And joining us this morning is Dr. Jigisha Morosky to help us treat those spring allergies and give us some tips as to what we can do to try and, just feel better. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about this. Why is it so bad? You called it the pollen vortex. That sounds really not nasty. Yeah.
The pollen seasons have been getting worse and worse over the last several years. There are lots of reasons for this. One of the major reasons is the global climate changes. So every single year the seasons are longer, the pollen concentrations are higher, but also the pollen itself is changing where it's molecularly more potent and is causing more symptoms even at lower concentrations.
Ugh, yikes. But the rain helps. We've had a lot of rain this season.
The rain does help to wash out the pollen, so people do tend to feel better that day and maybe a day or two afterwards. But as soon as it's sunny and dry again, the pollen concentrations will increase.
And you brought some good products that can kind of help you clear things out. What do you recommend first?
So the first thing I recommend is environmental control measures. I tell people to avoid any unnecessary exposure to pollen by keeping the windows closed both at home and in their car. I also advise people to take a shower to rinse off the pollen from their body and their hair. But for medications, the first-line therapy that I recommend are over-the-counter antihistamines that are long-acting and non-sedating, like Allegra and Zyrtec. For people with mild allergy symptoms, this tends to be enough, but people with more severe symptoms, they usually need something else. For these people, I recommend the nasal steroid spray, such as Flonase. These medications are a lot more effective than the antihistamines because they affect multiple different mediators in your nose, including your allergy cells, so they help with all of the allergy symptoms, whereas the antihistamines just help minimize the effect of the histamine, so they tend not to control everything.
Is it okay to be on them for long periods of time?
The nasal steroid sprays are not the same as nasal decongestant sprays such as Afrin.
Okay.
Your nose can physically become addicted to Afrin in as little as 3 days, so use of medications like Afrin should be limited to just a few days. But the nasal steroid sprays are very safe and they can be used year-round if needed. So they're completely safe.
Okay, and then the neti, I think, is that a neti pot there?
Yeah, the nasal saline rinses have been around for centuries. They're very safe, effective, and easy to use. They help to rinse out the allergens in your nose like pollen, but they also help to rinse out the mucus and help decrease the inflammation in your nasal passages. So not only are the nasal saline rinses effective for helping control allergies, but they're also really effective in helping with colds and sinusitis.
A lot of people just, I think, don't try it because it's kind of a awkward thing being over the sink like that.
It is. You know, I do have to sometimes encourage my patients to try it a couple of times before they actually will. But I have so many patients who will say it's the best thing that they've ever done. It just takes a little hang of it, but it can be very comfortable if you do it right. It's not painful and it's very effective.
And it's nice that it's all natural too.
It's all natural, so it's a great option for patients who really don't want to expose themselves to medications. It's very effective even for people who don't have allergies, for people with the common cold. If you start doing the nasal rinses at the start of the cold, it will help prevent it from turning into sinus infection. It will actually help the cold go away faster.
Well, thank you so much, doctor. Some great advice. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, to get more information about all of this, you can always head to our website, WTNH.com. Just click on that On Air tab and pull it down to the Good Morning Connecticut Weekend section.